Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Sipping Wealth Live, where I bring you news, tips, and tricks on how to wealth up. Hello, y'all. So I am back, like I am back every Tuesday. I am bringing you news, tips, and tricks, like I said, on how to wealth up. So today we have a brand new topic. There's a whole lot of DIY investing going on, and y'all know I see a lot of it because when people bring me their tax documents, I get to see, all the losses that they've been generating or the few dollars they've been getting on trying to invest on their own. And but I'm gonna go over and just kind of like give y'all different tips, things to know, and kind of get into the nitty-gritty of it all. Right. All right, y'all. So thank you for those that are tuned in with me. And go ahead and make sure that you are subscribed to the YouTube channel Sipping Wealth, as well as making sure that you hit that share button, um, so that your friends, families, loved ones is wealthing up with us. And if you are with me, go ahead and drop a comment in the comment section. Say, even if it's a hey to your girl, a hey, letting me know you're tuned in with me. Whatever the case may be, or letting me know that you're watching it after I post and not live with me. And also just overall, just kind of letting me know whether or not this information is helpful to you or not. If you have any questions, the whole shebang. All right. Also, I am going to go ahead and hop into the topic for today. Like I said, we're going to talk about DIY investing, because we know there's a lot of it going on. So I am going to be kind of giving some guidance on it. Um, all right. So, all right. All right, let's get her in. All right. So, for starters, overall, I'm going to give y'all kind of like an overview of the different things that I experienced. Just being a tax professional for so many years, I've seen so many of the people lose a lot of money in this market and also make a lot. So, I wanted to touch on whether or not it's even beneficial or helpful for you to be managing your own portfolio. And my overall consensus is that it does take time to understand what the different stocks, to watch the market, different things like that. So generally, it's important to have an investment advisor that's going to assist you during this process, unless you do have the time to dedicate into learning, and mitigating your risk in that factor, really educating yourself on the stock market, how it works, and all that good stuff. Versus, because generally when people manage your own portfolios, they're gambling with their money, and we gotta mitigate that. We gotta bring that down. All right. So we don't want people gambling with their money. We want to make sure that they're actually making educated decisions, on whether or not, how to move their money. Okay. So that's my general consensus. And then I'm gonna go ahead and just dive in, give y'all some guidances and things like that. And then I am not an investment advisor, but if you do need a recommendation, let me know. Yes, I'm gonna hop in. So ultimately, you want to understand your risk tolerance. Okay, when it comes to investing and overall, hey, trying to figure out, hey, I'm trying to grow my money, I'm trying to do this. Hey, well, we need to determine, how volatile are you? Like, how comfortable are you with the volatility? Like, do you prefer more stability? How much do you have? What is your discretionary income versus your income that allows you to say, hey, if the stock market were to tank right now, and I have to wait another 10, 20 years for it to get back up. Am I like, oh my gosh, I just put all my money in there? Or, am I still able to get by? Because we want to make sure that our money still has time to grow, our money still has time to develop. So we want to assess ultimately what your risk tolerance is, to understand before diving in what your risk tolerance is, and then what level of volatility and stability that you want. Aggressive, non-aggressive, more stable, that whole thing. All right. um Somebody's having trouble. Get on the live. um my bad, y'all. Okay. I saw the message pop up. Somebody having some issues. I want to make sure. Okay. All right. All right. The next, understanding diversification. So understanding, hey, we don't want to put all our eggs in one basket. The reasons for diversification, and ideally to make sure our eggs are not all in one basket. So, hey, what kind of different classes of investments do we want to have? Do we want to invest in stocks, bonds, real estate to kind of minimize our risk? And ultimately, the biggest way to help minimize your risk is educating yourself on what you're investing into. The more you understand what you're investing your money into, is the more confident you're about your investment, and the more you understand, and you get to decrease your risk factor a little bit lower. Of course, you still have to understand the actual vehicle and look at market volatility, all that good stuff. But the more you educate yourself on the investment, it helps bring down that risk factor. All right. Time horizon. So we ideally want to identify how much time you have to, for your investment and time. So ultimately, you're going to constantly hear, hey, the best time to invest is now. You want to start investing as early as possible. For example, we have the Wealthy Brunch. I have the Wealthy Brunch coming up on December 14th. So for the last 4 years, I've been hosting the Wealthy Brunch to provide the community different ways on how to invest. My eyes been hurting lately. I actually need my eyes. Woo! Teaching the community on how to invest. All right, so real estate is a great investment vehicle, but this year we are going to actually get into retirement planning, different other levels of investing, and then the back end fundability. All right, but ultimately you want to make sure that you have an idea of what your time horizon is, whether or not you at long term investing or short term. Can you tolerate a more volatile investing strategy, or you're like, hey, I have a shorter time frame, and this investment I need to be able to have this investment ready in the next 5-10 years. Well, if you have a shorter time period, you're going to have to push a lot more money into the investment vehicle. All right. So versus if you start right now, say you're 25 years old, 30 years old, 35 years old, it's going to look a lot different if you're like, hey, I'm 60 years old and I'm trying to retire in 10 years, or I'm trying to retire in 5-7 years. Well, you're in, because your time horizon is different. All right. And this is a thing that, a lot of people don't identify when it comes to their DIY investing. They go and they open up a Fidelity account and they're like, oh yeah, I'm going to put $20 in there, every week. That's great. You're starting to get into that mindset of saying, hey, I'm going to start funding this account. But another thing is to identify, hey, how much money do I need to have by this time frame? All right. I want to make sure I'm it's like I have to switch back and forth between screens, which is annoying. I'm gonna find a better system one day, yo. Okay. Um, The next thing is to avoid emotional investing. Another thing. So all these factors that I'm kind of covering and going over is like triggers that I find that people tend to do or like negate when they're doing their DIY investing. You know, they make emotional decisions. They're not educated on the investment vehicle. They don't haven't considered their time horizon. They haven't even considered different diversification aspects. You know, they don't understand their risk tolerance. This is like generally, if you know this is a new field, a new area, and you're like, this is a lot for me, you know, it's okay to get an investment advisor involved. You know, you just want to make sure that you're doing your due diligence with that when you're hiring that person to assist you with this, or that entity to assist you with these things. But ultimately, like I said, I do recommend just getting somebody involved. But time horizon, um you know, not also another thing to consider is, you know, low cost index funds, ETFs. You know, sometimes people jump into investing into a particular stock. You know, they're like, oh yeah, I'm going to go out and buy Amazon or Starbucks or whatever the case may be, and they don't understand the stock market. When, hey, you could have just put your money in an index fund and it probably would have outperformed whatever you did on your own by just throwing it in an index fund. So, you know, considering that as an option versus you just trying to chase after a company because you like that brand. Oh my gosh, yeah, I should invest in this particular thing because I like it, or I heard about it in the news, so I'm going to jump and invest into it. So, not making emotional decisions when investing just because you feel like, oh yeah, this is what I should do, or oh my gosh, everybody's pulling out of this stock. Let me hurry up and jump out. You know, while they already pulled it out. So, you know, ideally, having an investment advisor, having somebody else do this helps mitigate this. As far as you any emotional investing that you may be doing. All right, making sure that you stay educated, y'all. Please stay educated when it comes to just your money in general. You know, I do these lives. I go live every Tuesday. It is so that I could provide the community and people with more information regarding the financial industry, regarding the world of money. All right, to assist with, you know, at least starting the conversation with about money and how to manage it better. All right, so seeing the live populate on your feed is it, you know, hopefully you know, it brings a thought to your head, like your mind, like, oh my gosh, I need to do this, or oh my gosh, I should consider this. Hopefully this headline today, as far as, oh, DIY investing, am I DIY investing? Oh, maybe this is something I should consider, or maybe this is something that I shouldn't do, or I should get somebody involved. So I do these lives to promote the conversation surrounding wealth management, building up your money. So, you know, ultimately, I do want to make sure that we are staying educated. Hey, Denver. Thank you for tapping in. Um, Monitor. Making sure that you're staying on top of it. Monitor, but don't micromanage. You know, like going into every 10 seconds, you're like looking at your gains. Oh my gosh, I made $5. Oh my gosh, I lost $15. I need to jump out. You know, micromanaging your portfolio could lead to making some, you know, emotional, I would say, decisions versus you investing with more of a long-term strategy. Because just because the market goes down today doesn't mean, oh my gosh, you're screwed. All right. So, and that comes with education, educating yourself and not making those emotional investing decisions. All right. So don't monitor your investments, absolutely, but don't micromanage it to a point where you're like removing the long-term investment strategy, especially if you're starting to invest at a younger age and you're investing more aggressively. All right. Factor in fees. Yo, I don't think you realize how much money you are paying these institutions for having your account open. Like the account made you $200 this year, or I should say, let me bring it down a notch because yeah, it isn't even be going up that high when I see these statements come out. Okay, so the investment account said that you had a 14% increase in your portfolio, and you were like, "Oh, I'm lit." And then they took $25 for managing the portfolio for that year. Now, when you look at the money you actually made for the whole year, it was $6. No, I'm throwing numbers out there, but watch those fees, okay? And entity they also tend to have like a fees per like every time you're doing your trades and things like that. So watch that. Management fees, they call it trading commissions, things like that, fund expenses. So those high fees can eat at your returns over time. So just because last year you had a 14% increase, while this year you're dealing with a 6% decrease, but that the fees that it takes to keep that account running is still hiked up. So now you're, even though you had a 7% loss this year and a 14% gain last year, well, they're still getting paid at the end of the day. All right, so you want to opt in for the lowest cost possible, ideally, especially if you're doing it more on a DIY route. But if you do have somebody, an investment advisor, you do still want to be aware of how much they're charging. But factor in fees because they will eat up at your returns. Next thing you know, you blink and you're like, where did my money go? All right, so look at the fees. Let those fees eat you up. Set clear goals, okay? All right. So there's a kind of saying in business that we like to say. We like to say like you want to make sure that when you're investing, when you're going into a particular project or business, you want to keep the end in mind. All right. And in this case, it comes with investing as well. All right. When it comes to, hey, I want to start investing, I want to start putting my money, I want to start building a portfolio, whatever the case may be, you want to identify, hey, why are you doing this? What is your goal? Is it retirement? Okay, if the goal is so that you can have enough for retirement, well, how much money do you need for retirement? And how long do you intend to be retired for? All right. So these are different things that align with you need to have aligned and you need to think about when you're saying, hey, I want to start investing. What's the goal? Because if you just say, I just want to start investing because I saw it online and they told me I need to start, that's not reason enough. Okay, you have to have a goal because what's gonna happen is as soon as there's a bump in the road, as soon as something happens, as soon as there's something you want to buy, you're gonna empty out that investment account. And whatever the idea you had about investing is gonna go out of the window because you didn't have a goal set, a reason, a why behind why you started investing. It could even be, hey, I want to start investing so that I can purchase a house in 2-3 years. Hey, where can I start putting my money so that in 3 years I have enough to purchase a $400,000 house, $300,000 house? I want to start doing this. You want to ultimately you want to make sure that you have a goal in mind. All right. Even if the goal is education. All right. Maybe you want to have a fund for your child's education, whatever the case may be. Oh, my eyes watering now. I say, no, I'm tired. Automate your investing. So personally, what I do, I automatically have $60 pulled out of my money that I pay myself. every other week. So every paycheck I have $60 that come out. It goes into the other savings account, and then from there I move it into the investment account. However, and whatever lump sum I want to do it at the time. All right, so I highly recommend automating your investment. You can have it where, hey, that money automatically gets transferred into your investment account every week, every 2 weeks, whatever the case may be. I tend to like it building up a little more and then moving it because this money is outside of my retirement, my 401k that I have, or my IRA that I have. So I tend to like to on my other investment account, I like to for it to build up a little more before I start transferring. But yeah, ultimately transfer. Automate your investing. And this helps where the money in your account, now okay, whatever's left is for bills, is for expenses. I already know that my investing, my savings, my retirement is already taken out of my account, is done. So whatever's left is for my bills, my enjoyment, whatever the case may be. This is where a lot of people get stuck running into the rat race and living paycheck to paycheck. Because a lot of the times it's because your entire paychecks get deposited into your account. And what do? You start assigning bills for every single dollar. And then with the money that's left, um, you start assigning enjoyment, eating out, going out. Oh, I need this, shopping, purchasing a new handbag, purchasing a new outfit, whatever the case may be, taking your date out. You start assigning different things to it. Next thing you know, you look and you're like, oh my gosh, I have no money left for savings. Well, if you automate your investing, if you automate your savings and it's out of sight, out of mind, now the money that's left is for bills, is for enjoyment, is for taking out your date, is for going out, is for purchasing a new outfit, whatever the case may be. But you want to make sure those things are taken out of your account like automatic, so that everything else that's left in there, you can start planning around that. So a lot of people get stuck and they're like, oh my gosh, where did all my money go? And it's because they don't separate it before they start spending it. All right. So you do want to get in the habit of making sure that you are separating your money before you start just spending that dime. Okay. What else? Okay. Really the last thing, there's some other things I could have touched on, but I'm not even going to touch on those things because ultimately I believe that generally we are so stuck having to work our lives, deal with enjoy our families, go out, travel, whatever the case may be. And there are professionals that are here that are here to assist you, something like investing, where to invest your money, with portfolios to invest your money in, I should say. So trying to, micromanage it, trying to figure out, okay, the different vehicles, trying to learn this stock, trying to learn this index, there are people that literally do this for a living. Allow them to assist you. And I highly recommend, seeking a professional, seeking a professional's assistance and help with, helping with managing your portfolio. Even if it's like, hey, I'm just going to sit this money in an index fund. And then, or, if they say that, hey, we're just going to sit this money into an index fund and we're going to hold it here until whatever the case may be, until one, that's better than you saying, hey, I want to jump to this stock. I want to do the Vanguard, whatever. I want to do, hey, all this. And you don't actually know what you're doing. All right. A lot of people are gambling with their money and with their investment portfolios. So I want to get you kind of, especially in this day and age where it's a lot of DIY investing going on. All right. So by pivoting from that to saying, hey, let me get a professional involved. Even if I would consulting session to kind of take a look at where my portfolio is being invested in and whether or not I should realign it. hey, getting someone on your phone for some guidance and then making sure that you are aware of the fees. Okay, these management fees, the portfolio fees can eat at your returns. So make sure that you have a clear understanding of how these people are getting paid, how much you're getting paid, and then you Gucci and automating your savings, automating your investing, I should say. All right, and making sure that you purchase your ticket to the Wealthy Brunch as well. As you wrap up, I thank you to those. Let me make sure I don't have any questions. All right. Thank you to those that took the time to tune in. Yay! Thank you, STA team, for helping me find the live. I'm sorry I missed a lot, but I'm here. Oh, no problem. You can. Thank you for engaging anyway. You can rewatch. And next Tuesday will be a new topic. Um, Yes, yes. But yeah, y'all make sure that you purchase your ticket to the Wealthy Brunch on December 14th. A lot of information is going to be in the building. We're going to be talking retirement. We're going to be talking where to put your money. We're going to be talking how to grow your money. We're going to be talking how to tax bill down, how to keep more of your money. Okay. So if you are wanting to learn how to make money, keep more of your money, and where to put it, the Wealthy Brunch is your thing. So make sure you get your tickets on Eventbrite, Wealthy Brunch 2024. And I'll see y'all next week. We are going to talk about tax advice online, as well. But thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Sipping Wealth Live, where I bring you news, tips, and tricks on how to wealth up, y'all. Have a wonderful, beautiful Tuesday. And I'll see y'all tomorrow where we go live with specifically for the Wealthy Brunch. All right. Oh yes, I will rewatch. I need residuals on residuals upcoming year. I know that's right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we need them dollars stacking up. Okay, so yes, absolutely. Um, we need them residuals. But all right, y'all have a wonderful Tuesday. I'll see y'all next week.